Hello, and welcome to this brief tutorial on using Calipso for student externship evaluations. In order to complete a student evaluation, you must have already registered with Calipso as a supervisor. If you haven't registered with Calipso yet, please contact the faculty member who is your PSU liaison. And if you are already registered, then let's get started. First, go to the Calipso login portal for PSU at this address, www.calypsoclient.com/pdx. Now your login name should be your 8-digit ASHA account number. And your password should have been set when you registered. Please note that your one-time PIN, which you used for your original registration, will not work to log you in here. If you've forgotten your password, click here. Otherwise, log in. And from this main page, you'll find a link that's called New Evaluation. Fill in the required fields by choosing the appropriate information from each drop-down menu. Be sure to enter the percentage of time that you supervise the student during both evaluation and treatment activities. These percentages might be different, and as long as each of them is 25% or greater, this will be fine. Also, please check off the boxes to the right that indicate which population or populations the student has encountered as of the time of the evaluation. You may check multiple boxes depending on what's appropriate for the student's experience at your site. Then click Save to move to the evaluation page. We are using a 5-point scale of mastery for evaluation of clinical skills. You can click here for an in-depth description of each rating. There are shorthand descriptions given for each rating right here. Enter your ratings for the student for each of the skills listed in the left-hand column for each of the relevant client populations listed in the top row. For this example, I'll pretend that Jane Doe has been working with clients with articulation disorders and clients who stutter. So I'm going to fill in just the first 2 columns. You can see how the column totals and averages self-populate as you fill in each box. Now if you wish, you can enter text comments for each section of the evaluation. I'm going to put all of my comments at the end in this demonstration. There may be skills that you have not observed the student performing at your site. It's okay to leave these blank. Now, since I'm pretending to do a midterm evaluation of a student who I haven't worked with before, I'm going to leave the Improvements Since Last Evaluation section blank. I will, however, put in some strengths and weaknesses. I've prepared these ahead of time, and so I'm going to copy and paste some of these. I'll even add some recommendations for next steps for this student. Again, I've prepared these ahead of time, and I'll just cut and paste them in. Finally, I'll outline a set of concrete goals for the student to work toward during the second half of the term. Now generally, you'll complete this evaluation by yourself, then you'll review the evaluation with the student. Once you've reviewed the evaluation with the student, you can add the student's name and the date that you reviewed the evaluation down in these boxes here. Now I haven't reviewed the evaluation, so I'm going to leave these boxes empty for the time being, and I'll click on Save. Then, later on, I can open up the evaluation and scroll down to the bottom to add any relevant information, make any final changes necessary, and then check the box for final submission. Remember, once you click this box and then save, no further changes will be allowed. The evaluation will be available to your PSU faculty liaison, who will be able to track students' progress automatically. Thank you for watching this introduction to student evaluations using Calipso. We hope that this fully online tool will make student evaluations more convenient, more meaningful, and more efficient. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact your faculty liaison at PSU. And above all, thank you so much for your contributions to the training of our future speech-language pathologists.